What's up, YouTube? Back again. It's Mr. Dan here, back again with another video. I don't need those yet, but I will. Dollar store video haul. Went to the dollar store. I used to go to the dollar store to find these, which, I mean, they cost $1 anywhere. I thought that was cute though. Look at that, Hello Kitty. Cool combi, it's called. That's my other channel's about collecting those. But yeah, this is the second time I stumbled into a dollar store and found some pretty interesting titles. And I also saw, as a matter of fact, it was a few hours after I saw a Project Ellsworth video. So I picked up some of the same titles and some different ones. And I even watched one. And then I know Hobbs also picked up a few of the same one. Hobbs are both great channels, of course. So I wanted to just go over them real quick. Let's see. If you want a description of these two, go check out the Project Ellsworth video. The first one is Coven. You guys know why I'm pronouncing it Coven, right? It's from the movie American Movie. It's a remember that from the 90s? The documentary about the guy who was trying to finance his own horror movie. He was pronouncing it Coven. It's a hilarious movie. It's a documentary, but it turned out to be the most hilarious thing ever. Practicing their craft, killing their prey. So anyway, yeah. On Project Ellsworth, he has a description of that. And then the other one is Antrim, which is pretty funny because it's the deadliest film ever made. Watch if you dare. I threw it. Get it? The other one he got, that I also got, was this. A Night of Horror. Every time I'm making a video. Every time. The one that he got was this one. A Night of Horror. Nightmare Radio. Okay, I watched this whole thing. Now, I did have to pause it a few times. I did nod off and try to go back to where I left off. I thought I had a lot left this morning when I resumed it, and pretty much when I resumed it, it was almost over. So I may have missed a little bit in there, but I'm going to be checking this out again. This is definitely worth $1 at least, if you see this in a dollar store. It's an anthology film with 8 films. If you like those short films on YouTube, short horror movies, of course now I'm not going to remember either one of the companies. I go through phases where I go through those things like crazy. But with 8 films in a movie that's about 1 hour and 45 minutes, they're going to be relatively short. So you don't get so invested in each one. And maybe I'll do a whole video review of this. It seemed to be like an international kind of collaboration. 8 different, I think there's 10 directors listed on here. The end credits take forever because each segment is like a whole last as long as the end credits of a normal movie. And you know, some of the segments were crowdfunded. It seems like there's a lot of hard work and love into this, which I really appreciate. So yeah, some of the segments were pretty good. One thing I noticed is there's a few nightmarish creatures in here. There's, I'm gonna say 3 off the top of my head. The makeup was really good, and the actors and actresses portraying these creatures were all very good. The second one, how do I describe it without telling you the whole thing, because it's a short film. The second one, I swear, is a remake of A Tales from the Crypt. I've got to look into that. But that's the only thing that looked familiar to me as far as story-wise. And basically, it's a radio DJ hosting an all-night show, and they're talking about horror movies, and people are calling in, and he's telling them stories. He's played by James Wright, who's pretty good. And then I always like when the wraparound segment becomes part of the story, and that's the case in this film. So this was very good, definitely very good. Okay, the next one was one that I think Hobbs picked up, that he mentioned on his channel. Just not a full review, but just showing what he picked up. This one is interesting. Monolith, since I am so interested in cars, there's going to be a lot of transitions in this video, and I don't like the cutesy cars too. I also like the real
ones. Let me get up. I'm not wearing my boxer shorts though, so. not only do I like cars,
It's like this. My granddaughter loves rubber duckies, so I had to get that. But you know, I like real cars too. Realistic cars too. So anyway, I like cars and I like car movies. And I like watching videos of people's top 10 scary car movies. And there's a lot of good ones out there. Anyway, I like cars. Monolith. So, the safest car ever conceived is now the ultimate death trap. A solid suspense movie. Okay. It doesn't appear to be a chase. Okay, no, wait. Monolith can give most car chase spectaculars a run for their money. So is it a chase movie or not? A challenge against time to rescue a baby trapped by mistake inside the safest SUV ever conceived, the Monolith. Lost in the middle of the desert, will Sandra be able to unlock the car and save her baby from certain deaths? So it doesn't appear to be actually like so much of a chase movie at all. It's a trapped people movie. Good Lord, I bent the heck out of these. Yeah, so it looks like it's one of those trapped people movies like Frozen. Not the Disney movie, the one on the ski lift with the 3 people trapped on the ski lift. I think there was one with 2 girls trapped in a pool. There was another movie where people were trapped in a sauna and couldn't get out. So apparently the baby's trapped in the car. She's trying to get the baby out. It's a possibility. Oh, I meant to take the plastic off. Dark Light. Fear the Light. Crooked Glasses time. They're watching us. Following her mother's death and a painful divorce, Annie and her daughter Emily move back to their childhood home. At first everything seems fine, but then tragedy strikes again on a foggy night when Emily goes missing from her bedroom. Anne claims that she saw something come from the darkness and take her, a creature. Nobody believes her. When Emily's body is nowhere to be found, Annie becomes the prime suspect and is sent to a correctional hospital. She must now escape the hospital and return to the house to confront the creature that has stolen her daughter. Z Studios International in association with Seahorse Filmhouse. It's hard to say. Say Jessica Madsen. I guess that's who that is. There's the creature in the middle, I suppose. Written and directed by Pedro Reynolds. So I wonder if this is Irish. I'm guessing this is Irish, but I'm not sure. Reminds me of... there was a movie with Pollyanna McIntosh where a creature stole her baby. I believe that was an Irish film as well. So I wonder if it's the same legend or not. Next, here's get ready for some more transitions. Now in the Project Ellsworth video, he had a werewolf movie with a really muscular looking werewolf on the cover. I forget what that was called. I saw it, but I decided to get this one. Blood Moon. This night, the blood will flow. Phil Wheat says, from Nerdly, a surprisingly great monster movie. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but it combines the thrills, action, and tension of a creature feature with the style and atmosphere of a Western, says the Cave of Cult. So it's a Western. It's a horror Western. It's a nice mashup here. A deserted mining town lit by the glow of a reddish full moon. A stagecoach full of passengers and an enigmatic gunslinger find themselves up against 2 bloodthirsty outlaws on the run from a deadly bank robbery. As their worlds collide and the weary travelers attempt to escape, it becomes apparent that a bigger menace lurks outside on the plains. An otherworldly beast that only appears on the night of the blood-red moon. Directed by Jeremy Wooding. Sean Dooley, George Bladgen, Amergene Rowan. Some more people. Looks like it could be good. I'm guessing most of the action is confined to the stagecoach. Okay. Now, here we go with the transitions. I got this for $1. These were wrapped together. Little transition all the way to the Western. Chris Christopherson, one of my favorites. You know, I love it when younger people are like, hey, that's the guy from Blade 2. He's a singer, songwriter, musician. Was in The Highwaymen with Johnny Cash, among other things. Chris Christopherson Disappearances includes 7 bonus movies. 7 bonus movies. Okay, so there you see Chris Christopherson. The other fella is Richard Boone. So I think the highlight of the other 7 movies is the Richard Boone movie. Against a Crooked Sky. Let's take a look at this Disappearances first. During the Great Depression, a former bootlegger, Quebec Bill, rounds up his brother-in-law, his hired man, and his 15-year-old son, Wild Bill, and sets out from rural Vermont to Canada to steal whiskey. Starring Chris Christopherson and Guinevere Bugeaud. I guess it's not really a Western then. It's more of a Northeastern. Okay, but this has the list of all the other movies. Actually, the back of both of them are the same. So let's take a look at Against the Crooked Sky. A young woman kidnapped in the West. A brother determined to save her. So, Patrick from Have Cheatable View. I know you're a fan of Richard Boone. Let me know if you've seen this one and if it's any good. Let's see. With only his courage and determination to guide him, a young boy, Sam, journeys into a harsh, unforgiving land to save his kidnapped sister. Along the way, Russian, played by Richard Boone, a colorful beaver trapper, befriends Sam, and a thrilling adventure unfolds as they follow an unpredictable trail of clues. Oh, rated G. 87 minutes. Rated G. Okay. And then we also have The Deadly Companions. Well, this has got to be pretty old. It's got, let's see, Chill Wills. I just saw Chill Wills, and in some episode of an anthology series. I've been watching about a dozen different anthology series lately from the 60s. Chill Wills, that was his name. It's got Brian Keith and Maureen O'Hara. Then we got, this has got to be an old one too, obviously. Whoa, this one, yeah. The Battles of Chief Pontiac, starring Lon Chaney. He's... So he plays Chief Pontiac, and he has become mistrustful of the white man's word. 72 minutes, black and white. That's got to be an old one. Jory, starring Robbie Benson. He was like the scourge of the late 70s, early 80s. He was a teenager for about 10 years. He's left orphaned. Lots of orphans in the Old West. He joins a horse drive with the help of some likable cowboys. Okay. Then we got the Great Indian Wars documentary. I'm guessing that is basically a bunch of stock footage with some voiceover. Probably. The Young Land with Dennis Hopper, awaiting trial for the slaying of a Mexican man in 1840s California. And then the last one, this one's got to be old too. Well, J. Carrol Naish. I think he was in some Universal films. It's a movie about Custer and Sitting Bull. It's with Dale Robertson, J. Carrol Naish, and Iron Eyes Cody. So, you got 6 movies and a documentary for $1. Chris Christopherson and Richard Boone. Not bad. Okay, next. You guys know that movie Crawl about the alligators? Yeah, this isn't it. This is called Scrawl. I've been dying to see that alligator movie, by the way. This is called Scrawl. I had to get this just out of curiosity. Hold on a second. Scrawl, starring Daisy Ridley, believe it or not, Mark Forrester Evans, and Liam Hughes. And it is a Wildeye. This could be my first Wildeye release. The tagline is, "The comic that kills." Comic book, not comic. Death cannot be rewritten, guys. Liam is a high school student who makes his own comic books, but soon finds that the deaths depicted in their pages are coming to life and targeting his friends. The appearance of a mysterious woman, Daisy Ridley, who may actually be death incarnate, only makes things worse for him as he is forced to face what he has created, while staying alive long enough to rewrite the ending before it's too late. HorrorCultFilms.com says, a highly original work that stands out in the crowded horror marketplace. Directed by Peter Hearn. Okay. There's the back. Could be interesting. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate all the comments and the subscriptions and the support. Really good haul of Dollar Tree movies. I also got some poster frames, as you may have noticed. Although they won't be staying on this wall, I'm happy to have them. Come back again soon. Thanks.